Smutsy Mouse. There are many games that you can play with a friend where the only equipment that you require is a pen and some paper. In this series, I will show you the best two which happen to contain some interesting mathematics. Sprouts is a game which was developed by two mathematicians in the 1960s. The game starts by drawing a number of dots. It doesn't matter how many dots you draw, but the more you draw, the longer the game lasts. These dots represent seeds, and the lines that shoot off from a seed are new branches. Let's use two dots for an example. Here's how we play. One player starts. They draw a line either curved or straight, shooting out of one seed and connecting to another seed. The sprout can also loop back and connect to itself. The player then draws a new seed near the middle of the newly drawn line. This player's turn is now over. The second player now draws a new sprout and draws a seed near the middle of the new sprout. When a new line is drawn, it is not allowed to cross another line. In addition, each seed can only support a total of 3 sprouts. The players alternate turns until it is no longer possible to draw a new sprout without violating the rules of the game. The winner is the last person who draws a sprout. We can even start with just one seed, but it's not too much fun. No matter how you play, each game will last exactly 2 turns. In fact, the number of moves in a game will be at least 2 times the number of starting seeds, and at most 3 times the number of starting seeds minus 1. For one starting seed, this means the game will last at least 2 turns, and at most 2 turns, or in other words, exactly 2 turns. How about we try something more interesting and start with 3 seeds? This means our game should last between 6 and 8 moves. You'll notice that the patterns are more interesting when we start with more seeds. Soon I'll cross out all the seeds which already have 3 sprouts. These seeds can't support new sprouts, and so we can't start or end a new line from them. No new lines can be drawn from a single remaining seed, so pink, the last player to draw a sprout, is the winner. Now, let's go a little crazy and start with 11 seeds. Can you calculate the maximum and minimum number of turns that the game can go for? There are a lot more possibilities when you start with a large number of seeds. After a while, it becomes hard to find the seeds which are able to be connected without crossing a line. We crossed out all the seeds that couldn't be used anymore because they already have 3 sprouts leading from it or to it. The game went on for much longer with 11 starting seeds. The sprouts continued sprouting until the 29th move. We have circled the 4 remaining live seeds. These are called survivors.